And there's some big breaking news coming in as we speak. It's a big shake-up, top-level shake-up at one of India's most renowned startups. We're talking about Mukesh Bansal, who is the head of commerce at Flipkart, who has resigned from the company. And this just comes after weeks after Binny Bansal, the co-founder of Flipkart, was elevated as the CEO of Flipkart. And Mukesh Bansal is also the co-founder of, who's the founder of Myntra, which Flipkart acquired in May 2014, is officially leaving the company. What's more, this development has been confirmed specifically to ET now by Flipkart. So this is the final version that we're hearing over here. It's a confirmed news that we've received here at ET now from Flipkart themselves that Mukesh Bansal, the head of commerce at Flipkart and the head of Myntra, will officially be leaving the company. And he will be leaving the company by the end of March. What's more, there's another shakeout happening at Flipkart. That's because Ankit Nagori, the head of one of the other top-level executives at Flipkart, is also leaving the company. He will stay on the company for 3 months, whereas Mukesh Bansal will be leaving the company by the end of March. Remember, this comes just weeks after Binny Bansal, the co-founder of Flipkart, was elevated to the top position as CEO of Flipkart in a top-level restructuring. And what's happening right now is sort of like a ramification of that. Keep in mind, Mukesh Bansal was the third Bansal to be added to Flipkart ever since Flipkart acquired fashion retail portal Myntra in May 2014 for around $375 million. But now the one Bansal less at Flipkart. That's the big breaking news as we're talking right now. Myntra's Mukesh Bansal will be leaving Flipkart by the end of March. He will be staying on the company for March. And Ankit Nagori will be leaving the company after 3 months. He will be staying on with Flipkart and Myntra for the next 3 months. And I have Chandra Srikanth joining me in from India Startup Capital, Bengaluru, as well with more details. Chandra, this is serious top-level shakeout at India, one of India's unicorns, isn't it?
That's right, Krishna. And two very important exits that we are seeing. Mukesh Bansal, who's often called the third Bansal, he's not part of the founding team, but a very, very critical component. He, remember, came on board through the Myntra acquisition. He's the co-founder of Myntra. He initially looked at fashion, but over the last year, he's become critical to Flipkart because he was heading the commerce platform for them. The other exit being their chief business officer, Ankit Nagori, who said he's quitting to start a startup in the sports talent management space. So these are two crucial exits, and I guess it firmly shows that the founding team of Flipkart, led by Binny Bansal, is now firmly in charge. So in the last year, Flipkart has been trying to hire a lot of professional talent from Silicon Valley, but in the last couple of months, I guess the control is back to the founding team, which is why we saw Binny Bansal being elevated to the role of CEO, because investors in Flipkart who we spoke to in the last few weeks say that he's much more better at operations and really running a tight ship at a time when Flipkart has been struggling to raise funds. But losing two key executives will come as a blow for Flipkart, particularly at a time when Amazon is stepping on the gas. They've made two big investments in their Indian operations in the last few months, whereas Flipkart is still in the market to raise funds to continue funding operations. So we really have to wait and see how this will go down with their investors, because Flipkart, based on the last funding, was valued at $15 billion. So, will it still justify such a high valuation? Will it still be able to attract funding? These are some of the questions that will be asked. But for now, Flipkart's really trying to keep it very cordial. Even Mukesh Bansal has said that, he's leaving on very good terms and only after giving a proper handover to the new management team. But this development will certainly be watched very closely by everyone, by rivals, by industry stakeholders, because remember, Flipkart is still India's largest e-commerce company and the poster boy for startups, so to speak. So how Flipkart manages this and manages a successful transition is something that will be closely watched, but clearly a big management shakeout at Flipkart happening today.
I wanted to check with you as well. From what I get to understand, Binny Bansal will now directly oversee the commerce and advertising platforms. Is that what you're picking up from your sources at Flipkart?
Krishna, the moment he became CEO, he really reorganized the commerce platform and he began to make changes in other divisions as well. So it became very clear that Binny Bansal is the one in charge. So him really getting oversight of commerce and advertising, it doesn't mean anything because as CEO, he's pretty much in charge of the entire operation. And Sachin Bansal now is playing a different role. He's become chairman. So, his role is now to go out and meet investors and really continue to sell the Flipkart story in a difficult environment. But when it comes to operations, when it comes to ensuring that Flipkart manages to run operations when there's little fuel in the tank because they're still trying to raise funds, it's clearly Binny Bansal who's in charge, and he'll really have to show in the next 12 months that he's able to do this. He's able to streamline operations better going forward.
All right, Chandra Shrikant getting us all the details of this big breaking story at this point in time. India's unicorns, India's largest e-tailer is a big top-level shakeout. That's because Mukesh Bansal, the third Bansal at Flipkart, who's the founder of Myntra, has officially resigned. He will be staying on with the company till March end, and he will be exiting it, but he's exiting on good terms is the word that's coming in. Not just that, Ankit Nagori, the chief business officer at Flipkart, is also resigning, but he will be staying on with the company for the next 3 months. That's the big breaking story at this point in time, right here on ET Now.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.